In this series, we're going to break down each of the panels and each of the tools in Premiere so we get a solid understanding of how to use Premiere Pro to edit our videos. We're going to start from the very basics, so if you already know this stuff, it'll be a breeze to get through it. And then we'll go into some more of the difficult stuff, the more advanced things as we get along further down the line. So for starters, let's go ahead and look at the project panel. So let's take a look at the project panel. Now using the tilde key, I've expanded this out so it expands the entire size of my screen. And we're going to look at this. Right now it's in icon mode. I can actually scale up down in the lower left corner. I can see these images quite much bigger. When you get to an image or a video and you're not sure what it is, you can scrub over it. In fact, this is a great one now to actually demonstrate that. For this particular time lapse, I don't really like this shot of his face, but what I can do is, as I scrub over it, you can see it moves. I can actually, once I get to a shot that I like, or a frame that I like this one here, I'm going to right click on that, and I'm going to say set poster frame. And now when I click off of it, that's the poster frame. Okay, same thing here. Like there's nothing going on here, but I can actually scroll down here, let it. I'm just hovering over it, I'm not clicking anything, and I'm scrubbing through it, and that's good right there. So I'm going to right click on that, and I'm going to say set poster frame. Same thing here. What are we doing? Oh, that's a cool shot. Set poster frame. So you can do this if you have a clapboard with some information. That's a good way to set the clapboard, or is by setting the poster frame of your clapboard. Because that way you know what shot it is and all of that fun stuff, what take and all the information. Now, besides doing the icon mode, you can also go into a list mode, and you can see a whole bunch of things here, a whole bunch of data. We're going to cover some of it in just a moment. But first, let's get this organized a little bit more. Okay, so first off on the bottom left, we've got some different icons. First icon basically locks the project or unlocks the project. So if you click this, or if I was to click this, it would ask me to save it, and then it would create one that's read-only. It would create a version that's read-only, which means you can't edit this. It's locked down. The next thing is list mode, which I just went into a second ago, and then we've got icon view, which gives you all these wonderful icons, these thumbnails. All right, you've got a freeform, which gives you some of the metadata. It's kind of like a combination of the list and the icon mode together. You can, of course, that's your slider to scale up and down. This is not available. Sorting icons is not available in your freeform, probably because it's freeform. Okay. And then scroll all the way over to the right. You've got automate to sequence, which we'll do in a bit. You've got a search or find function. You've got a new bin, a new item. So we'll cover all of these. And then the trash can. So for starters, let's get this organized into some bins, some groups. If you're familiar with Photoshop, but bins. Here we go. So first way to do it is to click new bin, and we'll create a name for this. We'll call this one audio. Let me just click enter. Right now it says 0 items. Well, I'll just grab my music here and I'll drag it right in there. Now it says 1 item. And if I clicked on it, there's my audio clip. Another way we can do that is just to right click right here in the empty space, say new bin, and we'll call this one we'll call this one images. There's nothing there. But I know that this one here is an image, and if I go to freeform, yes, let me zoom in a little bit. If I go into freeform, I can tell that this one is an image in a way, although there's no audio, but it does say TIFF. You can see the ending name of it. We'll drag that into images. Oh. Oh, it won't let you do that. Well, let's go back over here. Drag it into images. There we go. So now we've got one in images, one in audio. What else can we do? Well, what if I selected my interviews like this? And you can actually organize these. This is R2 take 1, R2 take 2, take 1, 1A, 1B. So I can actually move it around. So it's A, B, A, B. So if I select my interview pieces here, and I can actually drag it by holding down my left mouse button, drag it down over the bin icon, and we're going to give this a name, interview. And now the interview is inside there. Let's do it one more time. This time I'm going to select these, drag down, B-roll. Alright, so everything is pretty well organized at this point. I might create some more bins along the way for sequences and different things. So we've got audio, images, interview, and B-roll. And I did it by clicking on the bin and naming it. We did a right click in the dead space here. It said new bin. Okay. And that's the way to do it. Now, let's look in list mode. This is pretty cool. So let's go into list mode, and you see there's blue text in here. Remember, the blue text you can actually edit. So let's take a look at a clip. Let's look at this one here. Let's look at tight turn. Okay, yes. Let's I just double click this clip, and it's pulling up into my source panel. Now I can scrub through here, and this is the clip. So what if I want to use from here to here? Well, we're saying it's 5:49:45:03 to 5:49:47:12. Well, what I could do over here is say 5:45:49. That's fine. To 5:40. Yeah, just like that. So this is one way you can actually adjust your ins and outs or your duration within. Now let's take a look at that image. Where's that image at? Up here under images. There's our images. Video in, video out. Now the default for Premiere is 4 seconds. Well, 5 seconds. 4 seconds and 28 frames, or really close to 5 seconds. You can change that duration in your preferences, but I can also change it here too. I'm just going to say I want this to be 4 seconds even. There you go. So now my new out point is 4 seconds even for an image. So these are some things that you can just see. You can also see your log notes, descriptions. A lot of your metadata can be carried over into Premiere. You can see this is all online and everything. You can mark it with good, or you can hide it. And there's a bunch of other things here as well that you can add in.